Hi, everyone. How are you all doing today? We're so happy that you came to this next session. So, if anybody is doing any CEUs, the word is team. So, just to let you know that. And if anybody needs an interpreter, we do have somebody here. So, if anybody wants, they can connect with the interpreter. And so I'm going to start off. I am Paul. I work for TMG. I do some outreach for TMG, and TMG is an Iris consultant agency. And I have the great honor of talking to this wonderful person, Allah, here, who's going to tell you his story. He has an amazing story, and we're just so happy to share that with you. So, without further ado, I'm going to give Allah the microphone, and I'm going to project because I can talk really loud. So here is the microphone for you, Allah. So just a little brief introduction for Allah. So I already said his name, but what's your name, Allah?
My name is Allah Southworth, and I work here actually.
So I bet some of you met him when you registered, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So where do you live?
I live in Mauston, um, not too far away from here. It's about 45 minutes from here.
Okay. And who do you live with?
I live with my dad, Scott Southworth, and my two brothers, Ruben Southworth and Solomon Southworth.
Okay. Okay. And you said you work here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Allah has a really interesting story about his journey to the United States. And so I thought maybe you wanted to share some of the excitement of your journey coming to the U.S. So where were you born, Allah?
I was born in Baghdad, Iraq.
Okay. And when did you meet your dad? And how did you meet your dad?
Oh my gosh. We met. Let's see. We met on September 6th. Trying to remember. 2003.
What was your dad doing at the time?
He was in Iraq fighting a war.
Okay. And so you met him. Where were you? Where did you guys meet?
Well, he had his company volunteered at the Mother Teresa orphanage, and that's where I met him.
Okay. Okay. So when did you come then to the United States?
January 2005.
Okay. And then ultimately you became a U.S. citizen, right?
Yes, that happened in 2007.
2007. Okay. All right. And I also heard that your story made some big headlines. You want to tell us a little bit about your story on CNN?
I was on the news. We were on the news. It's called Larry King Live. We were also on Fox News and the Montel Williams Show, and during the Montel Williams Show that year, it didn't come out until the Thanksgiving of the following year.
Okay. And it was I'm getting this right, the CNN Heroes, right?
Cor- cor-
All-Star Tribute?
correct.
So you got to meet Larry King?
Yes,
What
and
was that like?
it was it was it was actually fun, and while we were there, it was really cool. I thought, and while we were on Montel Williams' show too, I met an actor. His name is Donny Osmond. He was at the time he was in a production out in New York called Beauty and the Beast.
Ah, okay. Wow. So, you said you work here at the Kalahari,
Correct.
but
Yeah.
before you even started here, you were in a program, right? What was that program?
That program was called. It's called Project Search.
You want to tell us a little bit about Project Search? How that
Yeah.
worked for you?
Yes. The Project Search program was very successful. It helped me um, find my find an area of it brought out well it brought out my strength as far as like talking to people and it just turned out to be successful because um, because we went through several rotations, and I finally, after I graduated that, I got the job as a concierge, and that's what I do today.
So you were in the very first Project Search here, right?
Yes.
So what were the rotations that you did? Do you remember?
Um, I don't, because
No.
it's been so long.
That's okay. But you like being at the front desk, right? So
Yes.
tell us about what you do there.
I what I do is I recommend restaurants, the spa, and I recommend another restaurant called Trapper's Turn, and I recommend activities. So anything that deals with Kalahari, I recommend.
So I went over to see Ala today at around 10 o'clock, and there were all these kids around you. You'd like to hang out with the kids, right, and help them out. And
Yes, I do.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So one of the things, well, tell us something about your customer service. And I think there's something really neat about you here and your customer service record.
Um, well, I first of all, I like to work here because of the people I meet every single day, and that's re- rewarding to me. To be able to help people that have questions, and we can answer them with the information they need.
Well, and I think you're kind of being what I hear, you're one of the most recognized customer service persons here, correct?
Correct. Yes.
How many people work here? There's a lot, right?
Yes. There's about, well, we have on our team just here on our team for the company, we have about 900 people working at this company.
Yeah, so that's really impressive. So out of 900 people, you're one of the most recognized customer service.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the customer service world, so I would really like to know what's the secret? What makes a good customer service person?
Just greet them when, like, when a guest comes in. Just say hello. Can I help you with anything? If you need anything, just let me know. Can I make your stay um, any any more comfortable, or can I recommend anything for you? Let's say dad is a customer right now, and he comes up to me and he needs coffee, and we have um, Starbucks coffee, but in the convention center here, we have coffee for all the different conventions. Or let's say if you want to go to the Last Bite and get some ice cream, that opens at 9 o'clock in the morning. And
You know all the details.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is my own personal opinion of you, but every time I've seen you two, you have a great smile. So maybe just smiling is important too, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you like working? Well, let me ask you, how long have you been here?
Well, this year I just had my anniversary last month, and my anniversary this year is 9 years.
Wow, that's great. So you like working here? What do you like working? What do you like about the Kalahari?
I like I said, like I like the people I work with, and um I enjoy the guests um, the most, because my priority is to meet to to the expectations of the guests. That's what we try to do here at the Kalahari.
You try
To
to meet there.
Yes, to get you the best experience we can.
So, do you think there's any barriers for you working here?
Yes, there is. As There's a barrier for me because, for example, if I need to go to the bathroom, there needs to be someone here for me to do that, and Tracy from Mark does that for me. And then she cuts my food up and stuff like that. So I need help with that.
So you have supports.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So there might be a lot of people in here that want to just know about like how to start, getting a job. What do you think is some advice that you might have for somebody that's just trying to, find some work and how to find something they like?
Well, first of all, find out before you start looking for a job, find out what you're good at. And based on those strengths, find a job like the one I have, grading people, is my strength. That's what I was good at. So find what your passion is and find where your strength is and go from there.
Okay, that's great advice. Thank you. What do you think's in your future? What do you want to continue working here?
Um,
I mean, in the customer service area? Yeah.
I I do want to do that. I know that um, because I already know the customer service world. Um, so I do want to expand the horizons in the future, but I just thought that this would be a good experience to start with.
Okay. Okay. So the theme for this conference is about building community. So I'm interested to know, questions about your community. Who do you think your community is?
Um, oh gosh, that's
Well, you looked over at your dad, so your family maybe?
yeah,
Yeah.
my family.
Okay.
Yeah,
How about here at work? You got a lot of
my
support?
my co-workers.
Okay. What do you like to do for fun?
For fun, I like to travel, and I like to do musicals and stuff like that. So,
Where have you traveled to? Or where's your favorite place?
I have traveled all over the country, and I've traveled to Washington D.C. Um, I have been to the White House. I actually got to ride the president's elevator.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's really cool. How did that happen?
Um,
Are you part of the Secret Service?
no, no, no. It was, um, well, Dad got a chance to speak in Washington D.C. and he actually, at the time, he met President Bush at the time.
Okay. And you got to ride the elevator.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really neat. Um, so you had mentioned theater. You like theater, don't you?
Yes,
Are
I
you
did.
doing anything right now that you want to tell everybody about?
I do. Right now, we are working on a production called Disney's The Little Mermaid. It's in New Lisbon at the high school. The productions, we started the production in August, started working on it, and then the if you want to come and see it, and the production's going to happen in November. The dates are 7th, 8th, and 9th of November. And the tickets are $10. And then the musical starts at 7 o'clock Friday night, 7 o'clock Saturday night, and 2 o'clock on Sunday.
And you can buy your tickets there, right?
You can buy your tickets at the door when you get there.
You go. Good.
Yeah.
So what are you doing for it? How are you? Are you in it? Are you helping? What's your role?
I am the assistant to the director. So what I do is memorize the entire script from memory. So I'm not looking at. I don't actually have the script right in front of me. I memorize the entire thing by watching it online and stuff like that. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing for 17 years.
That's incredible, yeah. Because you just did a play, right? You just finished a play or a little while ago?
I just finished a while ago this year. I finished a musical called Phantom of the Opera.
And you got one coming up after this one.
Yes, I do. I've got another one coming up this spring. It's gonna be called. It's called Rogers and Hammerstein's Oklahoma.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, Allah told me a story about his customer service that I thought would be wonderful for Allah to kind of close out our session here, and it's about a friend you made here at the Kalahari. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. I do. I made a friend here while I was working, and she was in a wheelchair with, she had, spinal bifida, I think it was. She was in a wheelchair, and I got to be close to her, and she wrote me a card with her family's picture in the card, thanking me for everything I've done, just being her friend. Yeah.
And you see her, she comes back, right?
I actually haven't seen her for quite a few years now, but I'm hoping I get to see her again soon. So, yeah, that was pretty special.
Yeah. So, Allah, we want to maybe see if anybody in the audience has questions for you.
Um,
Would you be
do
willing to open?
yeah.
Yeah?
I'm willing to open for some questions if you have any.
Did your high school help you get jobs, or how did you get into the project search?
So I'm gonna, so everybody hears. So the question was, did your high school help you with finding jobs and getting into project search?
Yeah, the way I found out actually about project search was through the high school. They were telling me about it, and they were actually talking to me about it, and that's what they recommended, and that's what I recommend to everybody that walks through these doors, because Project Search was a successful program, and it still is.
I think there's conditions, though, right? Like, not everyone can get it.
Right. You have to be in your last year of high school to be in the program.
And you had an interview too, right? And they kind of, you went through that process and to see if you were able to work here.
Correct.
Just kind of select.
There's a question.
Oh, yeah, I can chat with you. Yes, hi.
I went to Austin High School. That's where I graduated from.
Always do the best way to get promoted in your company, because
The best way to get promoted.
Like how to, you talked about your future here, so if you wanted to get another job here and kind of move up in the company, what's a good way to do that?
Well, the good way to do that is I just keep working hard, and that's how you move up. I mean, and of course, my boss, if they wanted me to move up, my my boss would come up and talk to me. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I would like to commend you for having such a great relationship with your mother. Seems that you are very proud of them. So my question is, with all this money that you make working, what has been the best gift that you have ever purchased with it?
It's a great question.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I actually wasn't expecting that. Jeez. Oh. I don't know.
Or that you will buy for them?
There you go. If you could get, what do you think he would want if you could get him anything?
I got him a shirt from Star Wars that actually says, "I am your father."
That's great. That's great. Anybody else have a question?
I know there's questions out there.
Yeah.
So we live in Dane County, which for a while said, 70% of people with disabilities had jobs, employment, and just next door, Jefferson had maybe 7% for that. Why do you think there's such a difference in job placement depending on the community?
Oh, I think Jefferson is more rural
again, access to different resources and ability to go to different places.
Seems like we need like a LinkedIn for people who have disabilities to make it, you know, that's how people in other like businesses get jobs. And my daughter actually worked on a project that was potentially gonna lead to that, and it didn't go. But that's, I think would be, make sense if somebody would develop a LinkedIn for people with disabilities. Then everyone's face could be seen, or their connections could be made. It's my idea, I don't know.
What, if I can ask you a question, what does your daughter do for a living now?
Well, my daughter had worked in restaurant work, and then her job coach was selling pot, so she got fired.
That's not
Yeah,
good.
nice,
Okay.
Madison. And so now she has 4 hours a week at a salon, and that's it. But she came out of high school with 20 hours. She held the job for years and years.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really dependent on your job coach too.
I think one of the things that in Aladdin's situation that is really important is to have businesses that are willing to sponsor a project search program. And that's not easy to do because you have to have a business that's got a size capable of being able to train employees,
Yeah.
future employees, but also have enough positions to accommodate those talents that Aladdin talked about. And I know Todd Nelson, who's the owner of the Kalahari here, when they started the program in 2015, was very open to having any number of students from all around the area, and this is a rural area, enter the program and then offer a number of different positions available for those individuals, tailor-made. So in Aladdin's case, not only was the Kalahari rotating him through, by the way, you were a storyteller, that was your other position you rotated through, but to rotate the students through the different jobs, but if necessary, in Allah's case, created the position for him, putting him at the front door, so to speak, so that the guests were, he was one of the first people that all of the guests, and on a typical day, it can range anywhere from, say, 200 or 300 to well over 1,000 to 3,000 people in a day. Allah is one of the first people they see because his talent is, as you can see, talking to people. So I think to answer your question, not to take too much away from Allah here, is having a business willing to sponsor the project search program.
Yeah,
That's the first step.
UW Hospitals does it, but my daughter for some reason didn't qualify for project search, so.
It's in the rural areas, and then the second thing is transportation. And that's a big issue for someone
Yeah.
in a rural area. But there are programs, and through TMG, which is what Paul, who Paul works for, and the Irish program, there are any number of ways to connect those dots. You just have to be really proactive, figure it out. There are lots of people that are willing to do it, and I think in Allah's case, because of his tenacity and his willingness to grab onto those resources and to make it happen, it generated that positive attitude where people wanted to help and they wanted to engage, and then you see the result that he's been able to have. So it's a great
So it sounds
question.
like big business. You need a big business. But project search wouldn't take care of some reason.
Well, we are at time.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much, Allah, for
You're
coming and
welcome.
sharing with us.